evening. It's Middle-Aged Gamer Guy here. How are you? Welcome to the show. How's it going? It's another Tuesday, which means it's Tuesday night gaming chat. And we have a bumper show for you tonight. Bumper show. Firstly, hello to Sophie, who was first here. How you doing, Soph? Then Ancient. He says, oi, oi, Magaloy. How you doing? I love that. Where's he gone? Where's he going? Oi, oi, Magaloy. Hey, there we go. Sophie says, game number 2 is going to be a 7.5. We shall see. Mia, hello. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome all to the show. Is another Tuesday night gaming chat with all the latest games, news, and reviews from the last 7 days or so. Bringing in basically the help that I need, because frankly I don't know that much, is the man, the legend, the co-host who knows the most. It's Mr. David Jones. Hello.
Good evening, sir. How you doing?
I am very good. How are you?
Good, man. I'm pretty good, mate.
Good. Now, I'm going to ask this, but if you say the game that I think you're going to say, I'm going to probably swiftly ask you another question. So, what have you been playing this week?
It's the game you were expecting me to say, but I am right near the end. I'm right at the last boss.
All right.
Got there earlier.
I'll let you talk about it. Go on, then. I'm not going to cut you off. Go on.
I know. Yeah, I got to him earlier. Thought I'll have a go, see if I can beat him. But I haven't quite managed it yet. I've had 3 goes. I've just got into his second phase once. And I nearly did the second phase, but the fucker just got me. I just dodge rolled at the wrong time and he killed me. So I've got to start that bit again. So that'll be tomorrow, I think, when I get back to that. See if I can finish it. I'm sure there's still loads of like content here and there and little side quests of characters that I completely missed. Because there's so much in that game you can just miss if you don't spend the time, searching for it. So whether I might get around to a new game plus at some point. But I think I'll finish it hopefully this week and then probably play a few little games just as a bit of a palate cleanser. And then I must get back to Horizon Forbidden West.
I was going to ask if you were going to jump back into that, but you jump into something?
Yeah, I think I'll probably play a few smaller games for a week or something because Horizon's going to be another big one. And I've put 120 hours into Elden Ring, so I think I'll go for something a bit smaller. It's 120 hours of fun. I've loved every minute of it. Haven't got bored. Fab game.
I'm going to ask you about something else in a minute, but before I do, I've got to say a big shout out to Mia, who was gifted a total of 3 subs so far. They have gone to Ice Magic, they've gone to Robust Nugs, and they've gone to Mini Goblin. So thank you very much. Can we get exclamation sub height in the chat, please, for Mia? Thank you so much, Mia. Greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Ancient, thank you for doing those shout outs. Johnny the Dodger, hello. How you doing? Good to see you. Everyone was guessing that you were going to be talking about Elden Ring. There you go. Ancient was like 120 hours. Those are rookie numbers, Dave.
That's pretty good for me, though.
Yeah, it's good for him. But there you go. Mia, thank you again. Thank you again for those 3 subs. Greatly appreciated. So, if it's not going to be Horizon Zero Dawn, I have to say this week's show, the games are not that great. I'm not going to lie. It's very thin on the ground, but there are some really good games coming out in the next week. Are you going to be playing the new Sniper Elite that comes out? Because normally they're not that long. They're only about 5-6 levels, aren't they? So
yeah, they're big levels there. Give you a bit of replayability, try and do things differently. Plus they're co-op as well. So yeah, I'm going to have a look at that because it's coming onto Game Pass. I enjoyed Sniper Elite 4, but I'll probably play it more in co-op. Myself and my mate played Sniper Elite 4 co-op wise. That's good fun.
All right.
We try stealthing for a bit, but it inevitably goes horribly wrong. and then it just gets loud and we usually get shot and die a number of times. But it's fun. You get to shoot Nazis in the balls there. Always good.
Hey, it's always good watching Nazis. And apparently the kill cam they've done even more, and it's even more gruesome and vicious than before.
Lovely.
So it could be fantastic. There you go. Johnny Dodger, I hope you're well, mate. Great to see you here. How is the development of Galactoids going? I hope it's going well. I did see a thing on Facebook with you having a 2-player thing demo, which is really good. Mia says, who are the dodgy guests? I see no dodgy guests. Well, there are no dodgy guests yet, but should we bring them in, Dave?
Bring the dodgy guests in, yeah.
All right. So these are not the guests as advertised. The guests as advertised just disappeared, so they've gone into the ether. Probably won't be back until September. But we have got 2 people who have been on the show before. One has been on the show a lot more than the other. One was on just before kind of Christmassy time. Mia goes, these are not the guests. Oh, no, it's Big Jesse. These are not the guests you are looking for. They might be. We'll see. But it does coincide with something fantastic because we've not had both of them on at the same time. And you might know them as Paul Newton and Big Jesse, but when they're together, they're known as the team that puts together Newton's Nuggets. Hey!
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
Oh, mate, I've literally just woken up. Things are so nuts at the moment. I'm kind of living on adrenaline, tea, caffeine, and 2 hours sleep a night. Jesse suggested about this today, and Paul, thank you very much for inviting us on, mate. Absolutely appreciate it. And I love that Miz just said, "Did you have a nap to be up late, Paulie?" Yes,
Yes,
that's
he did.
really true. I'm at an age where I need to nap before I can go and do fun things.
Oh, bless.
Hey, getting old. Oh God, I've got my glasses. Right now, I can't see anyone. But does that look better?
That's probably slightly better for you.
Yeah, probably. Oh my God, no.
No, put the glasses back on. Right, that's his seat.
But yeah, thank you for inviting us back, mate. It's
No, that's
really
all right.
good.
Thank you for stepping in at, what was less than 24 hours notice, to be honest. So
That's fine. We've never got anything on anyway.
No,
Oh, no. Yeah, we weren't busy. It's fine.
not busy at all, are we, mate?
No, not at all.
Oh dear. So before we officially start the show, for anyone who doesn't know what Newton's Nuggets is, why don't you just give a bit of spiel, tell them what it is, and then tell them about a certain guest on who's on this week and a certain thing that's being mentioned. Because I might as well plug that, because shameless plugs and all
Right,
that.
if I do the plug, then Jesse can cover my backside and do anything that I miss, which
All right,
is pretty
good.
much how the show works. Okay,
Yeah.
So Newton's Nuggets is a podcast. It started out because as an entertainer who hit lockdown, I was going manic. I was literally stuck in my house, couldn't go out, couldn't entertain people. It was driving me nuts. And what I did is I used to point a camera at myself and just do like 2-3 minute recordings of things that I thought would be helpful. Then Jesse got involved in it, and we started making it a bit longer, a bit more interesting. Then Jesse started appearing on screen every so often, asking me a question. Then when the big lockdown happened, we kind of said, well, hold on, I've got loads of really interesting friends. Why don't we interview them and see if we can help more people? This became a YouTube show and then turned into a podcast as well. And honestly, mate, I don't know how, I don't know why, but we seem to have. What did we agree the other day, Jesse? It was 8. I can admit
8.
to 8
We've got as far as
listeners.
8 that you'll admit
8
to.
listeners. But if you ask Jesse and I'm not around, he might add some zeros onto that. And it's nuts. We've had some amazing people. We've had Mr. Mag on the show, and he's awesome. We've had Brad Burton, who's who's doing NerdCon stuff as well. He's been on the show. We've had people all the way from somebody who can help with parenting advice, to somebody who's built a multi-million-pound business, to someone who does psychology, to someone who just helps you with health and fitness. The show is all about helping you figure out what is successful for you and helping you get there. That's pretty much Newton's Nuggets in a nutshell.
We even had a guest who is the person who manages Brad Burton. So if you can imagine someone who can actually manage Brad Burton,
I know exactly who that is.
Yeah, mate, I don't know how she does that job. I
Nobody
really don't.
knows.
no.
Honestly, I reckon as soon as she's not public facing, she's in a padded room going, "What just happened?
Yeah,
What just happened?" She's amazing.
Bless her. She's actually, we haven't talked about this, but she's actually liaising with us on NerdCon. She's actually like in all the meetings. She's there. So there's a lot of stuff that we've done. Stuff's getting done because of her. It's not just all me and Brad, even though we are doing a lot of stuff like that. Mia says, do I get to meet Brad at NerdCon? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you will. Andrew, thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. You were playing Fortnite. Hope it went well, buddy. Good to see you here. Before I let Jesse and Paul say who's their guest and blah, 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 and some dodgy thing that we're doing, that's the podcast down there. If you're not following it, go follow it, go like it, go watch it. Comes out every week, every Thursday or every Wednesday.
Wednesday. Tomorrow morning. We've got a show going out at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
It's got some bloke in it. I don't know if anyone here has heard of him. He does a Twitch show. The channel's called Middle-Aged Gamer Guy UK.
Sounds like absolute.
Never heard of him.
Doesn't ring a bell.
No, okay. Well, give him a chance because he's all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Just...
Won't go that far.
Yeah.
Mate, it's an awesome show.
Yeah, Ancient summed it up. He sounds like a cock. Yeah, there you go.
I was really resisting when you said earlier, Paul. You went. We went into lockdown and we had loads of interesting friends and some guy called Mag.
Yeah, right. I need more sleep. I'll be back in a bit.
Sounds like a bit of an idiot.
Mate,
Has he got short man syndrome? There you go. And what is this Mag person talking about on the show? Because it's his second time he's been on show. So what's he talking about this time?
Mate, do you know what? Sometimes people come on the show and they just want to give advice and they just want to help and they just want to give as much as they can. This bloke turned up and he kept talking about NerdCon.
Don't want to give me advice. It's just like, nah, we're just going to fucking plug NerdCon.
It really, actually, seriously, guys, listen to the show because Mag was honestly going, oh, I can't plug it too much. And I'm like, that's why you're here.
Yeah,
let's talk about NerdCon. This is part of the journey.
Plugging of the show. Oh, there you go. Har got them. Thank you for the raid. My second raid of this evening in the space of 13 minutes. How was Hunt Showdown? Hope you're well. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to TNGC. And speaking of NerdCon, thank you, Fearless. We will talk about it approximately in about 45 minutes or so. But tickets are on sale for NerdCon. We're going to talk about it. And we are doing a special deal on standard tickets, not VIP. I'll explain more. But we're not going to talk about NerdCon. Go check out the podcast. Again, I'm going to bring this up right now if I can find the boom, Newton's Nuggets. Go check out Newton's Nuggets. Go give it a listen. Then go watch some twat called Mag waffle on about NerdCon for however long tomorrow on the show. And it'll probably get last time I was on, they probably had the best ratings ever. Probably this time out because I'm just basically shamelessly plugging an event. Probably get you your worst viewing figures you've ever had. So just pre-warning you there, lads. So there you go.
Yeah,
That's fine.
We accept and we understand. It's all good.
Oh, wow. Mia says, I actually get my A-level results the day after NerdCon.
Oh,
So-
we are getting you drunk at NerdCon.
Well, we are going to get you absolutely fucked up. So there you go. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Well, I
blimey.
will say
Thank you,
this though,
Mia.
Mag.
Yes.
Because we recorded the episode with Mag a few weeks back, and
Yeah, we
since
did.
then, both Paulie and I have started streaming, and most of our followers are because of all of these nutters in the chat over here. So thanks very much, and thanks to you.
You're welcome.
Mag, do you know why me and Jesse started streaming?
Because of me.
It was because we both love your show, okay?
Yeah.
We both love watching your show, and whenever we are about, and both of us put it on while we're doing other work stuff as well. And it was because, right, and we did this individually. I didn't talk to Jesse about this. He didn't talk to me about it. It's because I got pissed off with you giving me shout outs and Twitch saying he's done nothing.
Yeah, not playing any game. I remember that.
No game. And
Yeah.
I didn't know that Jesse was getting annoyed with it as well.
Look.
Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna get gaming, mate.
There's no game. Good timing, Ancient. Thank you very much.
What the hell?
Speaking of people, I want to say, Johnny was going, what's NerdCon? Never heard of it. Hargotham said, good pal, nice to be back streaming. Great to have you back. Yeah. So, you've got competent streamers like Hargotham, and well, not me. I'm not a competent streamer. And then, you've got people who are playing no game. So there you go. But Big Jesse, Big Fine, sorry, Jesse, they were blast playing Fortnite. So how does that work?
What's funny is the last time I was playing, it was with Paulie.
Yes, it was.
So there you go.
And we both went through all the stuff to check all the categories and stuff.
She said, Twitch don't like you, Paulie. Mia says, Jesse, I'm sorry, I wasn't following you. I saw that now. You don't have to.
Thanks, Mia.
Let's go. There we go.
Jesse, that means you're closer to the
There we go.
50.
Fearless. So drop your follow. Thank you, Fearless. Greatly appreciated. Right. Enough about all this Twitch streaming, podcasting, NerdCon shite. We'll talk about that later. Should we get on with the show?
We should probably.
Yeah, we should, shouldn't we? Well,
What we're tuning for, ain't it?
well, I fucking hope so.
think.
It's our 72nd
guess.
show, ladies and gentlemen. You watch that, probably go, no, it's not. It's the other stuff. It's all the shite when it goes wrong. That's what we're tuning for. 72nd show. We've got 7 new games. Slim pickings this week because there's more than 3 or 4 games that basically were supposed to be out this week and been pushed back by a month. So I was like, well, this is great. So only got 7 games, but we have got a lot of news this week, which is good. Plus, we've got our 100 games to play before you die, our next installment of that, and some more updates about something called NerdCon. So we'll talk about that in a bit. Amy, hello. I know you've followed me before, but this is your first time chatting. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Jesse to Affiliate 2022. Can I just say, it's not a presidential run, but it's still a good thing. It's not quite. I'm only here for Paul, Paulie, Jesse, and Fave. I think she meant Dave, but we'll go with it. There you go. Yes, Ancient, still up for a match. Hello, Prince, by the way. How you doing? I've cut an Ancient. She's like, who, me? Yeah, of course you. Reaper, hello. Ancient Shadow, you massive virgin. There we go. Hey, Reaper, hope you're good. How many followers is Big Jesse at? Question mark. Told you that in confidence. Oh, this is just going to go on. Anyway, let's get on with the fucking show. Talking of virgins and sacrifices and other things like that.
Nice segue.
You see where I'm going with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our first game is not the sequel to a game that came out nearly 12 years ago. It's not the sequel that we've been waiting for all this time and still seems to be delayed because it was supposed to be out last year and it was supposed to be out this year and we don't know what's happening. But it is an offshoot of that game. So it might make the fans happy. 2 weeks ago, they did a kind of deathmatch style called Bloodlines. This one is more of an RPG story, kind of in the Telltale kind of thing. This is called Swan Song. If you don't know what this is Vampire the Masquerades. Here we go.
They just opened fire. We didn't stand a chance.
There's never been a Code Red in Boston, damn it. This has got to be bad,
Well, I guess you're fucked then. The Code Red is linked to the Unification Party with the Chantry.
It seems that the Camarilla is in danger. I am at your disposal.
What game are you playing, Hazel? It's a suicide mission.
I'm a monster. What about you?
I'm the man who will stop this.
I'm trying to save this fucking city in your ass! I'm not the enemy! Show yourself!
Damn it. I don't know who to believe anymore.
You. How many innocent lives did you take to get here?
It's time to put an end to this. This time you alone.
You can't harm me. None of your kind can.
There we go. Turn my mic back on. This is not the game we were expecting. This is another offshoot because we're still waiting for Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines 2, which God knows if it's ever going to come out. As I say, they brought out a deathmatch game, which is free to play 2 weeks ago called Blood Circle or something like that, which apparently Blood Hunt, thank you, which apparently is quite good. But this is to satisfy the RPG element. So it's almost like they've taken the original game, ripped it in half and gone, well, we'll do that element over there and we'll chuck that element over here. So the question is this element any good? This is out on all the Xboxes, Nintendo Switch, all the PlayStations, PC. This came out last Thursday. Dave, do you want to tell us a little bit about it? And then I can put some more meat on the bones if you need me to.
Yeah, I can do, mate. So this one doesn't have combat at all. It is just a detective RPG. So any combat you see just takes place in cutscenes in between, you know, various bits of the stories. You're solving the mystery. Graphics wise, looks a little bit low budget. You see a lot of places where the skin just looks really shiny and reflective. Doesn't look particularly great. Bit of an average game. Probably hasn't got much in the way of a budget behind it. I think gameplay wise, I think it's generally meant to be okay. Nothing special. It's got some puzzles in it that will just frustrate you because I guess when you're probably developing the game, you just don't see that some stuff isn't quite as obvious as it is to you when you're making it. So a player will come into a puzzle and just will perhaps miss what you're expecting them to look at to help them along the way to solve the puzzle. So you end up with something quite obtuse. You're going to have to look at a walkthrough for them. And the game does have a skill point system in an RPG. So you can assign your skill points to various things, but you don't always know which one's going to be worth using. So you might go into a mission, come to something you say can't hack a computer because you haven't put the skill points in the right thing, but you had no idea you might need them for that mission. So you kind of get blocked from going certain routes. You can still complete missions, but you have to go a different way to do them. So it's got its problems. I think if you go into it expecting sort of budget type gameplay and probably refer to a walkthrough fairly regularly, you might get something out of it. But in that regards, it's probably one to wait for in the sale and not jump for at full price. And it'll probably tide you over until we eventually hear some more about Bloodlines 2.
I doubt it, but yeah.
it's just gone into obscurity at the moment, hasn't it? Development hell somewhere.
It has. It's gone into development hell. I'll talk about some other pros and cons they've said before we get to the scores, but I'll start with Jesse, who's down there. Yeah. Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, so I was looking at a few people who, because there's no gameplay in that trailer at all, which is always a bit of a worry for me. And then I went and had a look at like people and what they were saying about it, and it was like, well, if you're going to have like blood and gore and all of those sorts of things, then you kind of want a little bit of action of some sort, and it just basically seems to be a blood and gore covered puzzle quest, which doesn't. I think it was a bit disappointing for anybody who wanted to play that, and I got the impression that I found this with a lot of games that have this sort of gameplay where the conversations just go on a bit. So you just sat there listening to chit chat from the characters.
Yeah.
So it's not for me. I wouldn't play it.
All right, Mr. Newton.
Oh, mate, this looks tosh. Just no. Like you guys have said, there's no gameplay shown at all. It's not drawing me in. It's not even interesting. Do you know what? Ages ago, there was a really bad Sherlock Holmes detective game.
Yeah, that was the revamp. Yeah.
Oh, mate, that was awful.
That was last year, if you can remember that far back. But yeah, it's...
Yeah, and it looks like people in your chat know me far too well, because there's people going, Paul just looks like he could not care less about this game. I don't. I just don't.
Yeah. Okay.
Mate, even if it was on Game Pass, even if somebody put it onto my Xbox and downloaded it for me and pressed all the buttons for me, no.
Right, look, I might have dodged a bullet here because I could have applied for a sponsorship for this. Now, I applied for a partnership with the Blood Hunt game, and they turned me down. I literally got turned down last week. I had to wait 2 weeks, and they went, "Sorry, we're not gonna give you a copy, and we're not gonna let you do giveaways and whatever." So I was like, gutted. This came along. They offered it me. I turned them down because I was just not interested in this. And I was like, now I've seen the reviews. I'm like, thank fuck, because as Dave says, it has got a skill tree thing. And apparently, if you there's certain things that if you change your skill tree, it means you can get like anything from a 10% to 100% better chance of like. So if you're doing certain conversations, the way you talk to people, if you've got 100% conviction, then that should mean that you can, convince someone to do something. But no, it's still random. So you can use your skill points to get 100%, and it still fails because it says you've only got 10%. So the fucking skill tree doesn't work in this game. The dialogue is boring as fuck. And as Dave said, with some of the puzzles, they're not that obvious. And you have to trawl through all the dialogue and listen very carefully to find out how you complete some of the puzzles. Some of the puzzles are not like that. You can just get into them and do them. And they said it's such a tedious grind, right, to play through. Even though there's 3 different characters with 3 different stories, once you've done one, you are probably not going to be asked to go back through and play the other 2 characters to get a different story. That's kind of what it is. People in the chat, Reaper said this looks like shit. He said the graphics look terrible. Johnny, I'm so glad we got Johnny back here. I love that. Well, that looked like the right pile of shit.
Straight to the point.
It's straight to the point. I love it. Prince says, I'm down for 7s all night. Okay, well, we'll see if you got that. So let's get scores in. Andrew says a 6 from me. Dave, what do you reckon this got?
I'm going to go for a 6 as well.
Okay, going for a 6. Now, I can tell you, if anyone gets this right, you get a shout out in the chat. So if you get the score right, you get a shout out. Big Jesse, let's go for you.
I'm going to go for a generous 5.
Generous 5. Ancient's going for a 6.5. Mr. Newton?
I want to go for a 1, but I'm always way too low with games that I hate, so I'm going to go for a 5.5.
A 5.5. Okay. Amy is going for a 4. Any other scores in the chat? This is Vampire Masquerades Swan Song, out on all the Xboxes, Nintendo Switch, all the PlayStations, and PC. Reaper says a solid 4.5. Okay. I can tell you, Johnny Dodger, 1. Yes, guessing's done. That's what I like to see. Doesn't mean it's right. That's what I like to see. I can tell you. So, all right, here we still get scores coming in here. Sophie 6.5. Any more for any more? I feel like a bit of a ride, 75, 75 over there, 75, 85, 85. I feel like a flipping thing. No, Mia, 5. Any more? Come on. Get hell. Any more? Going once? Going twice? Sold for the shite score of 5.5 out of 10. So, can I get a shout out for Mr. Newton, please?
There's no point. Apparently, I didn't play a game.
Or just drop the Newton's Nuggets thing in. I mean, I can do that. I'll drop that in.
Did you just ask me to drop my nuggets?
I told you to drop your nuggets, just like that. Just like that. Hang on, where's me thing? I'm going to put the thing.
It's not the worst thing you've said on Twitch recently.
No, it's definitely not the worst thing. Oh, thank you, Mia. Mia's done it. Fucking get in. I got it right. Boom. How did you get it right? You put 6.5, you daft twat. It's 5.5. He says, no, I didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't get it right. What are you on about? You're a one-off. It was 5.5, not 6.5. He's like... Anyway, there you go. Let's talk about some game news. So, there has been some news come out today about GTA 6, but we're not going to talk about that because it literally dropped an hour before the show. So we'll save that for next week. What we are going to talk about is there was a service announced because obviously GTA 5 has made its 3rd series of consoles, right? And they announced, as we talked about on the show, Prince says, I would have shouted your name, ancient. Yeah, you're just creeping and crawling there, Prince. Fuck GTA. I know. They announced GTA Plus, a service where you pay the equivalent of $6 a month to get extra outfits, extra cars, extra money in your bank, extra XP, and a few other little bonus gifts here and there for $6 a month. It was met with not a great reaction, especially as you had to pay for it to basically get on GTA Online. You got it for like the first month free, and then you had to start paying. However, seeing as it got such a negative reaction, do we think it did well or not? Yes or no?
I bet people brought it. I bet they did. People seem to love cosmetics and wasting their money on battle passes to get them. I don't really understand why. It's just an outfit.
Andrew says, I think it did. Yes, people are fickle. Well, yes, correct. It's sold by the fucking boat ton. It is official. GTA Plus is a massive success. People have signed up in droves to pay $6 a month just to get some different clothes. And Reaper says, of course, because people love GTA. Go figure. It's crazy, isn't it? So there you go. What's interesting is, and this ties in with another story. I'm going to kind of do 2 stories here because that's not a massive news story. So Rockstar are putting all this time and effort into GTA Plus. They seem to have forgotten about another product of theirs, which is Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, obviously, Red Dead Redemption 2, which came out a couple of years ago, also has an online component. And people have been moaning and complaining that there hasn't really been any new sign of any new content for the online service for that in a considerable amount of time. And Take-Two, who are part of Rockstar and everything, who are, they kind of people started complaining, went on Twitter and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And the CEO of Take-Two said, I would love for there to be new content for Red Dead 2. But it's not down to us. It's down to Rockstar. And Rockstar have turned around and gone, we ain't interested in it anymore. Now,
it ain't making the same money as GTA 5, so why would they bother?
Exactly. So this is the thing. So they've now alienated a big core of people. Now, I know there's people that probably love Red Dead. There's people that love GTA. I'm in that weird camp that I don't play fucking either because I can't be arsed. But then you've got people who are not GTA fans that love Red Dead, and that's fair enough, but are feeling cheated because they're not getting the same level of service as the people are who've bought 3 fucking copies of GTA 5 over the last 10 years or whatever, however long it is. Do you think that's just wrong? Or do you think it's just them saying it's all about the money? Fuck Red Dead. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, it's all about the money. You got way more people playing GTA 5. That is still in the top 10 charts.
I know.
Physical releases every frigging week, month, whatever they pronounce, and it's still there.
You go on, loads of people still streaming GTA 5 now.
Yeah.
Even
Red Dead 2.
Red
Dead 2, one of the problems I had with it is just the whole economy, and it's so miserly to get anywhere. If you want to earn decent amount of that, you've got to spend fucking hours, days, months playing it to get anywhere. Because I have like about 7 or 8 daily quests you have to do to keep building up a multiplier to get more gold. If you just go in occasion, do the odd little mission in there, you'll get nothing. You can't afford to buy these like sort of specialist things like bounty hunting or whatever the other ones are. You can't buy them unless you spend the time or buy gold with real money. It just had a really miserly economy in the first place. Probably put a lot of people off. So they haven't got many people playing it. So then it's not worth spending the time or the money putting more into it.
Yeah. GTA is the only place I can have a drug empire legally. But yeah, it's the thing. It's kind of from a business point of view. I understand, but then alienating some of their audience because then there might be the people that are big fans of both who might turn around and go, "You've just pissed me off. So why am I going to bother supporting GTA?" But then others might be just, fuck it, I'm going to go play GTA. Because I've had enough.
You say that, but they still rush out and get the GTA Plus pack anyway.
Well, exactly.
It's not going to make a difference there.
But do you guys remember when GTA said, "Oh, we're going to have the shark cards that you can buy," and loads of the gamers went, "I'm never doing that. I'm never doing that." You'd then play GTA with one of your mates. You'd have the same level of money. Then all of a sudden, the next day, he's driving a Ferrari and he's got a helicopter, and he's still swearing blind he didn't buy one of the cards. It's like, really? People will just hand them cash for that game.
Yeah,
they do indeed.
It's going to keep going. Now, I'm in the weird camp where I loved Red Dead 1. I enjoy playing GTA, but I haven't played it for ages because it's just got so same old.
Yeah.
But I didn't touch Red Dead 2 at all. It just, even the start of it just bored the hell out of me. So I didn't bother.
This should just be a meme. Once you get past the snow, you'll be fine. But everybody who's played that will know.
I enjoyed it, but it's a very long game. I took constant breaks and came back to it after months playing something else to carry on with bits of it. Overall, I did enjoy it. It just took me a long time to get through it.
I'm not fussed about either. I saw that Mia wasn't fussed about either, but I'm not knocking GTA fans. I'm not knocking Red Dead fans. But I can't be asked. I ain't got the time or the effort.
If I go into GTA now, it's normally because me and some of my mates are trying to figure out a different way to launch somebody in a truck across something ridiculous. Because, we pick on one person and we're trying to run them over with motorbikes for the rest of the night. It's just...
It just makes sense.
Good, clean fun.
Yeah.
Good, clean fun between friends.
What's a few trucks and people splattered across a highway for,
It's basically avoiding people playing Jackass in real life, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
GTA, saving stupid people for years.
Saving stupid people from doing things in real life. There you go. Since when did it come out? 2012? I don't know. You could put it
way back in the 1800s or something, wasn't it?
1800s, yeah.
Been out a long bloody time.
People who play GTI RP are a different breed. Someone could probably put a joke in there, but we're not going to. Just for fear of our own lives and safety. Moving on to our next review tonight. This came out last Friday. This is on all the Xboxes, all the PlayStations, and PC. Imagine if you got a game like the massive success of PlayStation 5, which was Returnal last year. So you got the space element, the shooter, and mix it something with like Dark Souls. This is what you get with this next game. This is called Dolmen. Let's have a look at the trailer. Here goes. Well, I'm so glad I saw that because that really explains more of what that game's about.
Another fabulous trailer.
Another fabulous trailer.
Well,
It's,
can't
it's
just
not
show
me,
you
is it?
some
They're getting
gameplay.
worse. They
It
are
is.
getting worse, aren't they?
Some
Yeah.
of them are just.
I think there's a reason why.
Yeah.
There might be a pattern here, and we'll see why. So yes, this came out last Friday. As I said, this is like a space sci-fi, but almost like you're in space. There's monsters. Very much got that Returnal feel. If you know Returnal, which was a really cool space shooter, but with the premise of die again, die again, a bit like Deathloop and Hades and numerous other games that, you know, that die mechanic that came out. Dolmen, more like Dolman. There you go. I love it. But it's got more of a Dark Souls kind of mechanic to it rather than a shooter. So it is shooting guns, but the monsters, you got to learn the way that they move and blah blah blah. You can't just go in all guns blazing. Dave?
Yeah, I don't think it really fits comparison with Returnal. It is more Dark Souls in the way it plays. So, yeah, you're going to be underpowered. You've got to level up. You're going to die a lot while you're trying to level up. But I think the problem is it really hasn't got the budget that From Software got for their games. So I don't think there's any part of it that's really meant to be any good. I think the combat's actually pretty janky. Monster design's pretty rubbish. That looks a bit crap from what we saw in the trailer, even though they can see them move, just stills, they still look pretty crap. And the level design's not particularly good either. You know, the way it's done, it's really, you can't always see where you're meant to be going just because they haven't done it very well. I think I read one review, some guy spent 2 hours wandering around a level trying to find a path to follow and eventually found it, and it's completely obscure. Yeah, not even well lit or any hints that was where he was meant to be going. 2 hours just stumbling around. It just sounds crap. I mean, if you've got any interest in playing the Dark Souls games, you know, go and play the Dark Souls games because they're
Yeah.
There's no point playing a budget version that isn't doing any of it right.
And if you want to play a good space shooter, go play Returnal.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There you go. Oh, okay. All right. Let's start with Mr. Newton this time.
I'm going to give this one another 1 because I'm just fed up of trailers that don't show gameplay. I can't be the only gamer that goes, just show me what I'm going to get to play with. That's all I want to show me what I'm allowed to do.
I'm the same, mate. When you get the big shows and they're showing all the new games, but it's all just CG. Well, what's the point? I don't
It's
really
all just
care about that.
CG.
It's not going to look like that. Show me the fucking game.
CG cutscenes or maybe the celebrity that's in the game. I don't care. Show me what I'm going to play with. Don't clip that, please.
No, that's fine. The biggest sin, I think, is when they put a trailer and they go live action trailer where they've got a load of actors and films and things like. Why? It's not in a game. You just wasted a fucking budget hiring actors and a film crew to do something that's not in the game. It makes no fucking sense.
Do you know what? Actually,
sorry.
I'm going to use the same rule as the last game. I want to personally give it a 1. I think the reviewers will go for a 5.5 again.
Okay. So you're going for 5. Jesse?
Yeah. Oh, I said it in the last game as well, that if they don't show any of the game and they're hiding something, and if they don't show any of it in the trailer, and actually having seen some of the gameplay, it feels like they got a better graphic designer in to come up with the trailer than they did to actually create anything in the game. The bad guys just look terrible. It looked, honestly, it looks like they've got a load of people together and it's their first game, so they've just picked stuff from other games and copied it. And so there's the gameplay from the, like you were saying with the Dark Souls stuff, they've literally copied some of it. But then they've not done a very good job. So where you were saying about having to learn the moves and things, but the character seems to stumble around. So you just end up falling off the sides of all the time. And yeah, like Dave said, there are bits that are really badly lit, and then you're going around all these caverns and with no way out for hours because you're just trying to hit the walls and hope that something breaks. And it's just like it really does feel like someone's crappy homework. So I don't.
Sorry,
there's probably some really good developers and graphic designers involved with it, but
it does just look like a GCSE student couldn't be asked.
Yeah.
This is your project. Get on with it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Paul, you were going with a what? What score?
5.5.
5.5. Jesse?
I reckon it probably slightly better than the last one, so 6.
Okay. Dave, what are you saying?
I'll try a 5.
You're trying a 5. Now, Sophie says, I wasn't been paying attention at all, but I think you said that was your second game a 7.5, Sophie. Andrew said a 6. But I said 7.5. Well, you did. Yeah. Amy was a 3. Mia says, no gameplay. Must be shit. 4.5. Johnny says 2 out of 100. Ancient says a 5 out of 10. When can any GCSE student be asked? Possible. True. Don't know. There you go. Right. I can tell you that Dolmen, out on all the Xboxes, PC, and all the PlayStations, got exactly the same as the last game and got a 5.5. So Mr. Newton is on a roll. Can we get a shout out for Mr. Newton, please?
I never get these right.
And now he's on the show. He's getting them right.
I told you shouldn't sleep.
I know. It must have helped those brain synapses start firing or something. I don't know.
Can we get Newton's Nuggets thing as well? Because his shout out's just not going to work. But go follow him anyway. Just because it says no game, you can follow him. He's made Twitch affiliate. So there you go. Thank you, Mia. Right. Moving on. So the question is, are the games going to get worse this evening or better? We'll have to see. It's going to be a tough one. Going to talk some fantasy games next. So we know that we are expecting a big announcement next month about Final Fantasy VII. Now, any Final Fantasy fans out there? Dave? Jesse, good. I did that the wrong way. That way.
I want to give half and half because I can never work out which one's which.
Okay.
With all the different numbers, because there's 3 million of them.
Yeah.
And some of them I think are fantastic, and some of them are absolute dog shit. So.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to get an announcement. All they've said is it's going to be based on Final Fantasy VII. We're going to get an announcement. Now, it's highly likely. We don't know for sure, but we were saying about this earlier. As E3 isn't happening, there is a load of other showcases happening. And next June, over the course of 4 days, starting, I think, from the 9th to the 12th, if I've got that right. Yeah, from the 9th to the 12th of June, there's numerous showcases going on. Square Enix haven't actually announced a showcase yet, but it's highly likely they will. So if they do, they will probably move that big news into their showcase. So if you're a Final Fantasy fan, look out for announcements because I will be doing showcases for a load of stuff. But if it's not, it's highly likely it could be part of the big Summer Games Fest, which is actually the first showcase. And to be honest, is normally the best one of all of them anyway. And they open with that, and you kind of go, well, why am I bothering watching all the rest of this stuff? Because all the best games are normally announced. Jeff Keighley comes along and goes, hey, I've got all these amazing titles to announce. And all the other games, ones like Xbox, Bethesda, and who else are going, oh, for fuck's sake, we've got nothing to announce now. So we'll have to see. But I will be covering a number. We've got, just so you know, we're going to be covering Summer Games Fest on the 9th of June, the Netflix Geeks event, the Tribeca event on the 10th, the Guerrilla Collective on the 11th, Wholesome Games on the 11th, Future Games Show on the 11th, Xbox and Bethesda on the 12th, and the PC Gaming Show on the 12th. And I'm doing live coverage of the lot with reactions, just like I did with E3. But we're calling it not E3 coverage. That's what we're going with this year. We are waiting to hear from Nintendo, Ubisoft, Devolver Digital, Square Enix to see if they're going to drop showcases in those 4 days. And it's highly unlikely that EA or PlayStation will get involved because they haven't been involved with E3 even before E3 just basically got demolished to the ground. So there you go. Going for another game we spoke about a couple of weeks ago. Oh, good old CD Projekt Red and their fantastic games and the fact that everything keeps getting delayed. And we won't mention that pile of shit that came out nearly 2 Christmases ago. But a game that did do really well and is much loved, people were also annoyed because they're doing a next-gen version of The Witcher 3. And we were told, oh, shit, it's been delayed. However, they said back in April, so it was only just over a month and a half ago, they said it's been delayed and we can't give you a date. They have now nailed it down, kind of. So any fans of Witcher 3, it is going to be out sometime between October and December this year. So it's a 2.5 month period because no games pretty much come out after the halfway point of December because that's it. Like the midway point, there's no more games released. Once you get to like the 15th, 16th, it's no point because they're going to miss sales targets and stuff for Christmas. So any from the 1st of October to the mid of December, you are going to get your brand new next-gen version of Witcher 3. Any of you guys excited about that?
I'm looking forward to its release about March next year, so you can talk about it on TNGC.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So we'll get to September, then CD Projekt Red are saying, well, something happened.
Yeah. Unforeseen circumstances.
Yeah, unforeseen bullshit from them yet again. All right, okay. We'll see what happens. We'll see. It'll be interesting. Wait. Can't you just call it Nope Free? Maybe. Could do. We'll see. We'll come up with it. We'll come up with something. Let's give you another game. Let's go for something completely different. This is actually a second one in a series of games. This actually came out a month ago. Oh, hello. PS2 Fatboy has just followed. Thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciated. This game actually came out a month ago, but the reviews have only just started to come out. It was on early access, but now it's had its full release. It is, as I say, the second one. Your name attracted me. Thank you, PS2 Fatboy. Hello, welcome to the show. This is King Arthur Knight's Tale on PC. Let's check out the trailer, and then we'll see if we think it's any good. Here we go. 47 years. Woo! Good on you. Let's go. So you go. That is an actual trailer with game footage. Yay!
Yeah.
Right, mate.
Games. I mean, bloody hell. I mean, there we go. Professor Stork, good evening. Hello, how are you? Good to see you. Professor Stork, I'd give this 15 out of 10. There you go. There you go. The backgrounds are pretty. It looks good. I mean, it looks good. So just to put this in context, this is technically a sequel to another game, to another RPG came out. Except in this one, you play as King Arthur's arch nemesis. And it starts with you killing King Arthur at the same point that he kills you. You literally fight to the death and kill each other. And you basically go down to the mythical realms of hell. But the roles get reversed. And you as the bad guy are trying to stop King Arthur and the monsters taking over the realms from beneath. So it also turns you into the good, into the new guy, like the good guy, which is quite a different thing. But it is an RPG game, turn-based combat. You know what you're going to get from an RPG. Johnny says, I would rather be a drug dealer on GTA than this. PS Fatboy says, not my type of game, but does look nice. Luca Lady, hello, long time no see. Hey, dude, hope you're well. Hi, other podcasters also. Good to see you. All podcasters wave. There you go. There you go. It's all good. Great to see you, Luca Lady. Hope you're well. So, I like the concept of it. It's not my kind of game. Joint podcast wave. It's great. We practiced that and everything. You would have never guessed. Dave, do you want to fill us in a bit more about this one?
Well, yeah, you've covered most of it off about the setting. Yeah, you're playing in Avalon, the afterlife, as Mordred. So instead of playing as Arthur, who's now the villain, you're playing as Mordred, and you've got to recruit knights to your round table and rebuild Camelot and go out on quests to save the land, basically. Ultimately, kill Arthur off again. I think it's meant to be quite long. I think you can sink easily like 60 odd hours into the game to get through it. I have seen a few people comment that some of the combat can get a little bit samey as you're playing through it. You see a lot of similar encounters with very similar enemies as you're going through. But I think if you do get through that, I think it's got quite a good end game to it to keep you going for even longer if you want to. I can't say it's one that really grabs me. I haven't been playing these sort of turn-based strategy RPG games for a long time now.
Yeah,
I used to play XCOM way back when, but I just don't appeal to me anymore. So this isn't one that's I'm going to be jumping into, I'm afraid.
No, I couldn't see me playing this. I'm not going to lie. It looks great. It's not
graphic-wise, it's nice.
Yeah, it looks the part. It looks great. I like the premise of the story as well, but it's just not my kind of thing. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'll jump to Paulie first. Your thoughts?
See, while watching the trailer, when it started, I thought, same old, same. And then it started showing the bits about the bigger battles, and then it started showing the bits about rebuilding the city, and I'd love to know the mechanics on that. If the rebuilding the city is actually decent, then I'm in. I really do like the look of this. And as much as my sensible grown-up head was going, don't play this, Paul, don't play this, the little childish voice in the back of my head was going, oh, look, build stuff. Oh, look, you can do this. Oh, look, you can do that. And I think, to be honest with you, I'll be playing it. I'll play it for about 3 hours, and then you'll see me reviewing it on here going, it's a pile of tosh because it's all the same every couple of minutes. So I think they're going to get me, mate. Do you know what? I'm going to give this around about a 7.5.
Okay.
Because I think it'll have people chomping at the bit to play it. I don't know what the quality is going to be like once you're a few hours in.
Okay. Andrew's doing the same as you. You're saying it's a 7.5 from me. Okay. Jesse, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate this type of game as much as everybody else. I actually quite like this sort of game.
Mm.
I think the big ruin of this sort of game is like in-game purchases. I mean, it's the ruin of most games, to be honest. But I think if it doesn't focus too much on that, and you know, buying things so that you can get crystals to do something or other, or whatever it is, then actually I think it could be quite a good version of one of those types of games. And granted, if you don't like those sorts of games, you're not going to be interested. But for the millions of people out there who do like those sorts of games, I think it looks like a really good quality version of one.
Right. Yeah.
And like Paulie said, it's not just the. I think it looks like the building of the cities and things is actually a little bit more involved than just a side note.
That's good.
So I think it looks quite good. I've heard good things about it from the few people that I've seen reviewing it and things. So yeah, it is at the end of the day, I quite like those sorts of games. If I'm in the middle of something else, and you can just sort of play them and not worry about them too much. It's not like an action game that you focus on all the time. You can literally play those sorts of games sort of while you're doing other things.
There you go, Dave. You can do it in between playing Elden Ring.
I could do, couldn't I?
That'll work. There you go. Okay. What score would you say, Big Jesse?
I'm going to be quite generous because I think for people who like these sorts of games, they're not going to reduce it. I'd say like 8.5 maybe.
Okay, 8.5. Anyone who's just joined us who doesn't know, guess the score that the reviewers gave it out of 10. The reviews are based on an average from all different websites and internet and blah blah blah. If you get it right, you get a shout out on the channel. Simple as that. Amy came in with 8. Professor Stork, thank you for the 10 bits. Can we get Professor Stork a shout out, please? Would you be so kind? Johnny the Dodger says 1.5, and I'm being generous. Bloody hell. There we go.
To be fair, that is a fairly average score for Johnny.
It is. That's pretty good, actually.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty high.
He's obviously keen on this one.
Yeah, I think he's.
Day one purchase.
Amy, thank you for the Prime sub. Where's me fucking mods gone now? It's like, right, they're all disappeared. Let me do some shout outs. Firstly, Professor Stork. Let's get Professor Stork a shout out. I had like 3 mods in the chat and now they've all fucked off. I'm gonna have to sort that out. There's gonna be some sackings later. So there you go. And let's get a shout out for Amy. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. There you go. Boom. There you go. Professor Stork, thank you for another 80 bits. Greatly appreciated. All right. Get the rest of your scores in. What do we reckon? They're all hiding, aren't they? They're here. They're here. They're lurking. They're not necessarily paying attention, but they're lurking. So I can tell you that King Arthur, The Knight's Tale, which came out a couple of weeks ago on PC, got a 7 out of 10. So you're all very kind of close, but not quite there. Professor Stork, another 70 bits. Thank you very much. You're going to get another shout out just because I'm feeling very generous. Here you are. Thank you so much. Thank you for the love. Appreciate that. Let's talk about a bit more news. And then we will, I think we should talk about NerdCon, really, shouldn't we?
What's NerdCon?
Yeah, well, exactly. We'll talk about it in a bit. Before we talk about NerdCon, though, let's talk about first-person shooters. Right, so let's talk about two things. One which is quite humorous and one which is kind of like, took your time. So, any fans of Battlefield 2042, please raise your hands. Yeah, thought so. The people that are still playing it will be happy to know that finally, Season 1... Oh, hello, we're getting raided again. Sakura, hello. Sakura, thank you for the raid. Hope you're well, buddy. Thank you so much. Sakura's like Ray Shan's like best friend, like that. They're like that. Or they're like that. However you do it, like that. Thank you so much for the raid. Let's give you a shout out. Fucking hard work when you ain't got any mods doing anything. There you go. Raw. There you go. Let's give you a thing. How was it? There you go. Thank you so much. Playing Final Fantasy. There you go. Was that Final Fantasy 9? Have I got that right? Yeah, I think so. Raid height. There you go. Thank you so much. So, any fans of Battlefield 2042, the long-delayed very first season is coming next month. So, if you've been waiting since October or November because it got delayed by a month, it is finally here. It is finally here in a few days' time. So, if you're fans of that, great. Fill your boots. I don't give two shits about it, but there you go. But here's an interesting thing. Scora says, Ray's on holiday, so I streamed. He said, Ray is actually our guest next week, so I hope she's having a wonderful holiday because you're on the show. So I'm glad you did. Becca's here. Becca says, hi, Mag. Hi, Jesse. Paulie Dave. Hello, Becca. Everyone wave at Becca. Lyco is great. Hello. Good to see you again. Says, Radio Moon, as he finished. It's typical. We did that to someone last week. It was hilarious when it happened. Really funny. But no, thank you for sticking with us and then coming over. So wave to Score as well. Score's waving. 33rd season. No, God, no. But, so, while Battlefield is trying to struggle and get its first season, Call of Duty is well into numerous seasons with Vanguard and Warzone. And as you know, as we've talked about it on many times on the show, you've got the Monarch thing that's going on, the Monarch event with King Kong and Godzilla in the game, right? If anyone's playing it, here's some advice. If you want to get lots of XP, get yourself in a helicopter, fly to the testicular region of King Kong and shoot away. Because apparently people have found a way that if you shoot King Kong's balls, you will get a lot of XP for shooting that bad boy's bollocks. Exactly. This
Get him right in the nuggets.
Yeah, right in the nuggets. Plug. Right in the nuggets. This is no joke. So before they nerf this and take it out, if you're a Call of Duty fan, get in a helicopter, hover around these regions, fire away, have yourself a good time, go nuts, go get that XP. There you go. A little tip.
Literally, go nuts.
Literally, go nuts. Or is that go nads? Not sure. But we'll see. So there you go. Segura said, I liked it when King Kong and Godzilla. Oh, were they? I never knew that. They were in Ace Combat. I did not know that. Becca says, how are you all? How is everyone?
Oh, good, thanks.
There you go. I love Paulie. He's just his number one supporter. Well, he should be, really, shouldn't he? And it should be the other way round. Is it the other way around as well? Is it vice versa?
No, I'll wind him up.
Fair enough. There you go. All right. So let's talk about NerdCon. So there's a couple of things I'm going to do. It's a bit like we don't talk about Bruno. Let's do this.
It's been an hour.
Work? Look at that. Hey, right. Let's talk about NerdCon. And for the first time, we can have all the guests. I don't have to take them off screen. We can have all. So, folks, let's run with this first, and then let's tell you what NerdCon is. For all you people who don't know what NerdCon is, I am putting on my own event. This is going to be insane. And we've got a very special offer for you. Here you go. There you go, folks. NerdCon, if you didn't know, we are doing this on the 17th of August this year over at Europe's largest arcade. Just that one room there is one floor. There is 3, maybe 4 floors, because they're building a floor at the moment, as we say, of arcade heaven with over 300 classic and new arcade machines, 50 pinball machines, a ton of Nintendo Switches, a ton of Xboxes. You can play the whole lot for free for 12 hours. In top of that, we have got a main stage where we have got a number of seminars. We have got Brad Burton, who used to be a gaming journalist. He's now the UK's #1 motivational speaker. He's been on Games Master. He's been on Games World. He's going to be talking about what happens to a gamer 30 years on who's no longer a gamer, but he's secretly still a gamer. That makes sense. We have got Josh Riddett, who is from Easy Crypto Hunter, who are our sponsors for the event, talking about how you can take your PC gaming rig and make it make money for you. We have got the legendary great Gary Bracey, who's going to be on this show in a couple of months' time. He is the man behind Ocean Software, the people responsible for RoboCop, Batman, Jurassic Park, WrestleMania, just to name a few classic games from the 80s, 90s, and the noughties. We have got Paul Chicken McNally, the editor behind Mega Drive Action, Amiga Action, PlayStation Magazine, and numerous other magazines. You name it, he's been the editor in nearly every gaming magazine for the last 30 years. We have got more guest speakers to announce. We are doing gaming challenges where you can win prizes. We are doing a Mario Kart challenge, Street Fighter 2. We are doing Gang Beasts. We are doing Overcooked. We're doing Music Racer Ultimate. Next week, we're going to announce our next gaming challenge. We are doing meet and greets. We are doing nerd networking, where you can get to meet people face to face and actually see people that have been on a screen like this, or you talk on a headset and actually make friends. And we have Brad's Big Debates, where we talk about the really important things in life. Was Amiga better than Commodore? Is Star Wars better than Star Trek? Is PlayStation better than Xbox? We're going to do it live from the thing and split the audience and decide on the day. And we have other challenges. We are doing a charity gauntlet challenge. We have a Gallagher challenge, the classic arcade game where you can win a prize, which is between worth £500 and £1,000. And the one and only legendary Johnny the Dodger has got his new game coming out the week before the show. And he has done a special version of his new game Galactoids, which is a new game, but like a retro game. And Brad and me featuring it. And then we'll be giving away prizes. And you can play that game as well on the day. There's a whole ton of stuff going on. But I want to tell you something. If you're sitting there thinking, I can't go to this event because I can't get to Manchester, I can't get to Bury on the 17th of August, we've got you covered. We are streaming the whole event live from the main stage to the comfort of your own home, either to watch live or on catch-up. And it's only £10 a ticket. We're also doing standard tickets and VIP tickets. There is less than a quarter of the VIP tickets left. The VIP tickets have been flying. Go check out the website, www.nerdcon.co.uk for more details. But we're not only doing that, we are looking for you to help us sell this event out because we are doing a special offer for the next 4 weeks. If you are a podcaster, if you are an influencer, if you are a streamer, if you basically promote stuff, we need your help. If you drop me a line or DM us and help sell 4 standard tickets, not VIPs, standard tickets, we will give you a 5th ticket free. So if you haven't bought your tickets yet and you want a standard ticket, you shift 4 tickets for us, we'll chuck you a ticket. If you shift another 4 tickets, we'll give you another ticket. Now, there's a lot of people already here who are going, but I've been helping selling tickets already. That's fine. That offer still applies to you. So if you've helped shift standard tickets or want to help shift standard tickets, that offer is for you. And it's for the next 4 weeks only. So get it in because next month we're going to have a different offer. And then the month before that, we are officially jacking up the prices. So 4 weeks before NerdCon, standard tickets are going up to £35. And that's official. That's the official ruling. So you got 2 months to get your standard tickets at £25. That's it. NerdCon, done, all out. Thank you very much. Let's get on with the show. And that's enough of that fucking shite. There you go. Get your tickets now. Right.
No. Hold on.
Oh,
I just want to say that just this talk of NerdCon is making me feel I can't think of the word. I don't know.
Damp, wet. Things like that as well.
It's not.
Okay, maybe now we should move on.
Oh, there you go. Bless her. Becca says, I'm out in without the need for anything, Mag, which is, bless her, Becca's been plugging it like mad, bless her. But offer still stands, Becca. If you've got people from your channel and they buy standard tickets, just let us know who they are. We'll do that. We'll chuck you a ticket. And even if you, because I know you've got a VIP ticket, Becca, if you don't want to give that ticket away as a giveaway on your channel, we are cool with that. Or if you want to flock it and make some money, we're cool with that as well. But we will honour that and give you a fifth free ticket. So there you go.
But Mag, this is right. So something I'm going to say on this is, even before you made this offer, one of the first things, as soon as you announced NerdCon, was me and Jesse went, "We're plugging that. We are doing that because this is perfect for all of our followers because this is just going to be awesome." And you know, we've had people contact us saying, "Are you two definitely going? Are we gonna? Is there going to be?" And even silly things like people get to meet Pixie and Mojo.
I know,
and,
yeah.
You know, I can't believe how much excitement there is about meeting your two dogs and checking they're actually real.
It's absolutely nuts.
Brilliant. Mate,
it's absolutely nuts.
Brilliant.
Next week, I'll be announcing the chances that we'll probably have Brad on the show at the start, just to let you know. That's not confirmed. If you want to follow the Facebook group, we've got a Facebook group. Me and Brad are doing a live on it on Thursday at 2:00. We'll be announcing another game challenge, which there will be a prize for, which will be on the main stage. And we are going to announce some of our exhibitors. We're going to start announcing exhibitors because we've also got exhibition stands. We're going to be rolling them out over the next couple of weeks as well. So we're going to keep announcing stuff as we go because there is literally 3 months to go. Anyway, done. NerdCon, done. On with the show. Should we do our next game?
Go for it.
Right, okay. Isn't it nice when you get a game where it's not the fact that you have to go flying into space and actually shoot space aliens? What about if you wanted to basically dismantle a spaceship bit by bit? Well, this is exactly what this next game is. This is out as of today. This is on PC, and it's on PC Game Pass, not Xbox Game Pass, because it's a PC game. So here's the first where it's not on Xbox Game Pass. This is Hardspace Shipbreaker. Let's have a look at the trailer. I'll be right back.
Space. Boundless promise. Limitless resources. A brighter future. Where hard workers like you will help us pave the way to the galaxy.
All right, Cutter. Welcome aboard. Now, nanocarbon goes in the processor. Aluminum goes in the furnace. Good luck out there. Weaver out. Cutter, remember this. Measure twice, cut once. The tethers are your friends. Don't sweat it. Happens to the best of us. One bad move and boom!
We are expendable. None of us are safe. Oh no, oh no! Injury detected. Please return to work.
Remember, the company is your family, and we will keep you safe from harm.
Okay, so there you go. That is Hardspace Shipbreaker. So you basically, space bunker, you're dismantling ships into bits for profit or to make new things. That's the gist of the game. Dave, want to give us a bit of an insight?
Yeah, I mean, we've all played the games in the past where you're the one, controlling ships, destroying all the other ones, leaving like massive wreckage in your path. This where you'll be kind of playing the people who come and clean it up afterwards. So it might appeal to the people that like stuff, like say, all those various simulator games. Like, was it Car Wash Simulator or Jet Wash Simulator, that sort of crap. Coming to this, it's a simulator for how to dismantle a big capital ship and decrease the amount of money you owe this big evil corporation who kind of holding you hostage in a way with this big debt you got to clear off. It looks like it could be quite fun. I mean, whereas stuff like like car washing, like lawnmowers, don't appeal to me. I quite like the idea of this sci-fi setting and big lasers to cut ships up. Might be good fun to have a bit of play around with. It's got a campaign that you can play through, but if you're not really interested in like story mode and stuff like that, it's got a free play mode. You can just chill out, cut ships up, watch the pieces fly apart. So it's got a good physics system. So if things go wrong and things blow up, stuff will look really cool. Bits will go everywhere. I think it looks like it'd be good fun. I might have a look at it.
Becca says, I'm going with Dave's scores. Just to let you know, Dave hasn't got one right this evening.
I'd say go with Paul's. He's doing well.
2 out of 3, just so you know. So you might want to change it up there, Becca, just so you know. Jesse, I'm going to start with you. Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I've been looking into this game. I was really disappointed that it's PC only, because if it was on Xbox Games Pass, I'd give it a go. I would say when I started watching the trailer, I was like, at the beginning, I was like, oh, this looks awful. And then as it went along, I kind of was like, oh, this is kind of intriguing. And I would, exactly what Dave said, I would say this is like Lawnmower Simulator in space, but with an added element of the old game Operation, because if you get it wrong, it just goes blows up in your face, basically. And that's essentially what it's like. I think it's sort of, a bit like I thought Lawnmower Simulator was going to be awful, but for some reason I sit there for hours watching you play it, Mag.
I love it.
And it's that whole thing where you're upgrading your tools and all of that sort of thing. It's exactly the same sort of idea where you're making money and then you're getting paid for all the bits that you take off the ships and stuff, and then you upgrade your tools and all of that. It's one of those things that it's not going to be too taxing. It's just going to be nice to chill out to and just sort of do. Yeah,
I think it'd be good. Well, Johnny says what put me off was the mention of work. 1 out of 10. You got to do work, innit? Wow, balls to that. Mr. Newton, what do you reckon?
But I've got to say, I weirdly like the look of this. That person, that ego inside me who wants to act like they're cool all the time, wants to pretend I'd never play this. We all know I'm going to lose hours in this weird ass game. It's anyone who knows what I'm like with computers and technology in the real world knows that I should not be allowed to even press buttons on things. And the fact is that I can be playing with some ship in the middle of space that might explode. Yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah.
Paul even can't even get Twitch to recognise he's been playing games. So.
And I've been playing games. You absolute.
All I'm going to say is there's a box that says edit stream info. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
And I've done that like 82 times. I've only streamed twice, but that's not the point.
You realise you have to do it before every stream, though. Like,
I'm sorry, what?
You have to do it before every stream.
Every stream.
You have to update it for every stream.
Well, that's just stupid.
The one thing I would say that I really liked with watching some of the gameplay on this is that, like, it's got that, like a lot of sci-fi stuff is very like modern, cheesy, positive, upbeat, and it's got that real sort of like aliens, 80s aliens dystopian vibe, sort of like real sort of like you're living in a harsh reality of like modern space. And considering what it's been like for the last like 5-10 years of everything, politics and lockdowns and all the rest of it, I think they've got the vibe right. So,
do you know what? I'm almost likening this to Elite Dangerous, because if you describe Elite Dangerous to me, I think, my God, I'm not going to play that. But I lost weeks in that game. You go to one base, you pick up some stuff. You take it to another base that you got to fly your ship to, and you deliver the stuff. And mate, I was in that game pretending to be Han Solo. It was amazing. And with this, I could see me doing the same. And I just want to say thank you to Andrew, who's just put in the comments, Xbox should auto-detect those, so he has proper broken it.
Yeah. It doesn't always. Just saying, streamer manager in Twitch. edit stream info every time. Works. There you go.
Got it. Thanks. On
There
it.
you go. Johnny says, right, folks, going to get off up in the early in the morning. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much, Johnny. Good to see you.
Cheers, Johnny.
Hope all's going well with the game and can't wait to see you at NerdCon, mate. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for everything you're doing.
NerdCon's going to be awesome, isn't it? There's going to be loads of people who've never met.
Yeah.
It's
just going to be awesome. It's going to be the best thing ever! Well, there you go. Sorry to anyone who's wearing headphones. I've just fucking deafened you. Right, so what do we reckon this got then, this game, score-wise? Dave, I'll start with you.
I'm going to go for an 8.
Okay, going for 8. Jesse?
I'm going real high on this. I'm going 9.
Going 9. Ooh, okay. Mr. Newton, bearing in mind Becca is going to use your score. Okay.
Yeah, what's the betting Dave wins this one now? Now that Becca's moved over to the poorly side. I'm going to go 7.5 because I think there's going to be a lot of people that will have the initial reaction of this looks boring, and then it'll be followed up with, actually, this could be good. I'm going to go 7.5.
Okay. Andrew's gone with a 6. Any other takers, folks? This is Hardspace Shipbreaker out today on PC, or if you've got PC Game Pass, get it for free. I'm going to give you free. Becca says, do me proud, Paul. All right. Well, I can tell you in 3, 2, 1, he did do you proud because he's got his third one right. It gets 7.5 out of 10.
That's it. I'm leaving now. You look carry on.
First things first. There's the podcast. Right. Here's the shout out for the channel of the game that he doesn't play. There you go. And then Becca gets a shout out for also getting it right. And actually, Prince said, even though he's lurking, all his scores were 7.5 for all of them. So this is the first one that Prince gets as well. So Prince gets a shout out. There you go. 7.5. He was playing RimWorld. Bloody hell. I remember that. Donkeys ago. Let's talk about some more games, folks. I'm proud of you, Paul. We done well. I like that.
We got this, Becca. Well. Don't you worry.
There you go. There you go.
I never get these right. What the hell is going on?
3 out of 4 so far. 3 out of 4. And we've got
me and Dave on a solid 0 so far.
I know. It's dreadful, isn't it?
It's bad.
I think for the sake of everyone, I shall retire now.
I wonder if maybe Paul is still dreaming. He hasn't woken up from his nap. That's why he's doing so well.
You will get an unrealistic amount right.
Okay, we're going to talk sequels. Games that we know or didn't know that have been announced as sequels. Now, one that we knew that was, because obviously before Activision basically gets sold off to Microsoft, well, we hope anyway, because that ongoing acquisition is still going. Warzone 2 was announced. There were going to be 3 games coming out from Activision before they hand over to Microsoft. They're all Call of Duty games. They're the new Call of Duty this coming Christmas, the new Call of Duty next Christmas, and Warzone 2. But they have announced something that is interesting. Warzone 2 have announced a new mode, which basically has been ripped straight out of Rainbow Six Siege. They are adding an interrogation thing where you can not just shoot people, but basically grab people, hold them, interrogate them to get info about where other players are on the map or where an objective is on a map. And this is for the multiplayer. So if you're teams and squads, you can go, right, well, where are most of them camping? So you basically go, right, where's that fucking camper who's been sniping me from a mile off? Interrogate the player and then go running off and go, bang, in the back of the head. You go, take that camper. I think that's quite a cool thing. Yes, they have ripped it from another game, but I think it kind of puts people on a, not necessarily an even playing field because it gives another team an advantage, but then it means it stops people doing stuff that they would normally do in the game. What do you guys think about it?
A bit of extra mindless violence. Yeah, I'm up for that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Why not?
Might as well.
I mean, it sounds like a great idea. I probably still won't play because it's Call of Duty, and I got bored of that like 50 years ago. So
okay, fair enough.
And actually, after playing a lot of Fortnite with Jesse recently, I'm pretty sure he would have already accidentally headshot them with a shotgun anyway.
I want all the information. Oh shit! Sorry.
Yeah.
It's just Jesse stood there with a lot of blood, going, "I don't know what happened."
I'll just open a grenade just right next to everybody. See how it goes.
Jesse, what did you just throw? An airstrike? Why?
Well, we're still in it.
Oh dear. We'll have to see what happens. Right. Another sequel that was announced. I won't say announced, but kind of leaked. But leaked by the actor who plays the character. I don't know what Hideo, I knew I wasn't going to get his name right. Hideo Kojima was going to say about this. But Norman Reedus, Walking Dead fame, who was in Death Stranding. Joker Girl, thank you for the sub. That's just 7 months. Thank you so much. Let's get you a shout out. She's like, hey-o. How you doing? Thank you so much. Let's do that. Boom. Thank you. Norman Reedus let slip that production has started on Death Stranding 2. So we know he is going to be in the next Death Stranding game. Now, bearing in mind the last Death Stranding game did sell brilliantly well, even though it is, in a weird way, just a parcel delivery simulator. But then has recently had success in a director's cut on PS5 and most recently on PC. It did take quite a few years for that game to get made because all the filming, all the bits and pieces for it, blah, blah, blah. So it is in very early stages, but it is confirmed it is going into production. Is anyone excited about Death Stranding 2? Dave, you're shaking your head. Why? I've got to ask this.
It didn't really appeal to me, the first one. Looked nice graphics-wise. Looked really nice. I know it was meant to be post-apocalyptic America, but it still looks a bit more like Iceland, really, the way the level was designed. It looked gorgeous, but gameplay-wise, just didn't appeal to me. And I got to be honest as well. I never really liked some of the later Metal Gear games that Kojima did, just because the fucking cutscenes just went on and on.
Death Stranding.
You ended up watching it more than playing it, so it just didn't appeal to me at all.
All right, Sophie's fella was actually streaming this a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and he was like, "I'm just on it for an hour because I'm just going to finish off this last bit and play the last few cutscenes of the game." 3 hours later, it was still going and the credits hadn't rolled, and it was just cutscenes going. I shit you not. There was a little bit of gameplay between each bit. We were talking about 30 seconds gameplay before going into another 5-10 minute segment.
But when they do that, I wonder, why do you bother putting in that 30-second bit of gameplay where you're probably just walking from A to B? And what's the fucking point when they do that? It annoys me.
There you go. Joker has followed you, Big Jesse. There you go. Mr. Newton was asking, and Joker's done that. So thank you, Joker. She says, "Oui, monsieur." Guys, excited for Death Stranding? Sounds like probably not.
I'll be honest, it hasn't even hit my radar, mate. I'm just no, I'm not bothered about it. No real reason. It's just not the kind of game that I would be following or care about.
Fair enough.
Do you know what I mean? I'm much more jump in, shoot loads of things up, and try and rebuild things.
Fair enough. Okay, we'll move on. Let's move to a segment that we're doing every week. Becca says, never heard of it before now. It was a PlayStation exclusive, and then, it had Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead. It had, who else did it have in it? What's his face? Who's just been in the recent Fantastic Beasts film?
Mads Mikkelsen,
yeah. He's been in everything. James Bond, Star Wars, you name it, he's been in it. We're going to move on. 100 Games Before You Die is on PC now as well, though, but there you go. We have got a list of games that allegedly are games you should play before you die. We have had such games as Tetris, Angry Birds, Call of Duty 4, Another World, Far Cry 3, Asteroids, Batman Arkham Asylum, Bad Company, Bloodborne, Borderlands 2, Assassin's Creed Origins, Spyro the Dragon. However, we've had a couple of games that have slipped through the net. Fight Night 2, Earthbound, and Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Will the game tonight be a game that slips through the net, or we get to scratch it off on the thing and then we will hang it on the wall when it's done? We shall see. We are going to play the trailer for this game. If you have played this game, let us know in the chat. If our guests and Dave and the majority of the people have played it, it gets scratched off. If not, it goes into the bin of sin. Here we go with the trailer for the game that I'm not going to tell you what it is. Here goes.
A tale of souls and swords, eternally retold.
There you go, folks. Soul Calibur 2, the fighting game, is one of the 100 games to play before you die. Now, Andrew has already said, yes, I have played this. Becca has said, no, never played it. Dave?
Yeah, I'll play Soul Calibur, mate.
Good man. Big Jesse?
Loads. It's one of the go-tos for me and Jen if we're just going to sit and mess around on the Xbox for a bit. It's one of our go-tos because you don't really even need to know how to play it. You just hit the controller as much as you can.
Okay. Sophie has seen the trailer but said, I've never seen it before. Okay. I'm not going to lie. I've not played any Soul Calibur games. I've played lots of different fighting games. Never played Soul Calibur. Mr. Newton?
Never played it.
Okay.
So we've got a perfect 50-50 split on the 4 people on screen.
So the question is there anyone else in chat who has played Soul Calibur? And you need to say, because if it's Hunter, hey all, how you doing? Good to see you. Perfect timing. Hunter, have you ever played Soul Calibur 2? Let me know. Here's a guy that knows his retro games and likes his retro games. Please tell me that you've played this. I have played 2, 3, and 4, says Andrew. Becca says, no, I've not played it. Let me know if you've played this, because we can scratch this off this list. Anybody else in chat? We greatly appreciate it, because, we're doing quite well. And we'll see what the little squiggle says. It's gone, oh, no response. It's like, gone. Everyone's gone. It's always the way. It's always the way. I'll tell you what, while he's thinking about that, let's play our trailer for our next game. This came out last Friday. Oh, yes, but was never huge on it.
Yes.
Played it. That's all that matters. So here we go. That'll do me. Soul Calibur 2 gets scratched off. Here we go. It's fantastic technology that we've got. If anyone can...
Yeah, I agree with Hunter on that one as well. Tekken 2 is definitely better.
Tekken 2 is better. Right. I've played the Tekken game, so I agree.
Tekken was like they spent some time on the quality of the gameplay, and Soul Calibur was like how big could they make the boobs and the swords, basically.
Which is pretty much it. I don't
know. You say that, and then it surprises me that I haven't played Soul Calibur.
No, that's why I was shocked.
There you go. It reveals an eye, which must be something to do with Soul Calibur. I have no idea because I've never played the game, but it must make sense. Tekken, I was an Eddie expert, says Queeky. Hello, Queeky. Welcome. Good to see you. Anyway, we're going to play our trailer for our next game. So we've tipped another one off. We're doing quite well. There's only 3 games that haven't been scratched off. so far. Find out next week what the next game for 100 games to play before you die is. The Sword Has Eyes. Thank you, Andrew. So it's the eye from the sword. So there you go. This is out last Friday. This is out on PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. We are going mad Japanese anime, but retro style R-type shooting. This is Cotton Fantasy. Here we go. Straight to the point. You're a witch on a broomstick and you shoot shit. That's it. There you go. Hunt says,
What
that's
do
it.
you need?
Cheers, dude. That's all we need. We don't need a 15-minute game trailer where you don't see anything. Still, you get what you're going with this. This reminds me of the game I was playing a couple of weeks ago, Android Duos 2, which was a space shooter. Goes back to sort of classic arcade games. Perfect. Cotton 2 is a pretty penny on the Saturn. I bet it's costs an absolute fortune. Got to go as I need to be up at 6 a.m. May listen via phone. No problem. Thank you, Andrew, for being here. Take care. We shall see you soon, my friend. Sophie says this is getting a 2. This is getting a 2 out of 10. Dave, what's your thoughts?
It's celebrating its 30th anniversary, and honestly, I've never heard of the series before.
Okay.
It just sounded looked like nonsense in the trailer to me. It's not a genre I'm even remotely interested in. Those 2D side-scrolling shooters.
Okay.
I remember playing R-Type when I was younger, but then drifted away from them, never gone back to them. And this one just doesn't really look that appealing to me. So for me, it's a complete skip.
Okay. Fair enough. Hunter says, Cotton, yeah, it's possibly 180 quid on the Saturn. Joker said, I mean, that's my ultimate goal. That looks fun. There you go. Oh, and before I go, Andrew says I'll give this a 6. There you go. Let's go with Paul.
Mate, not for me. Not for me. Even the anime. I don't think it pushes our consoles at all. I like things that... We've got some amazing technology for gaming.
Yeah.
And then somebody comes out and goes, I'll use loads of flat colours and straight light and make it as undetailed as possible. Just not interested. I'd prefer to go and mess about in Destiny or Fortnite or something. But then scoring-wise, this kind of game does have a big following. This kind of game does have a load of fans that will push it up. I reckon I'm going to do another 7.5.
Okay. All right. Sophie says, totally irrelevant, but have you ever played Buildings and Feelings 2? No, but we did review it on the show, and it did not get good reviews. I think it was like a 5 or something. It was a thing where it's a building management sim, but it's very clunky and horrible. That's all I remember about it. I don't know whether Dave remembers we talked about that.
It was weeks ago. I forgot what happened.
It was actually probably last year, to be fair, but there you go. It's so weird. Yeah. I don't know whether it's any good. It didn't get good reviews for some reason. Becca says, I'm with Paul on this one for the score. Hunter, it has a big following. Loads of people go on about it, and I'm still confused. This whole Cotton Fantasy thing. I'm going to go with an 8. The theme of that game, says Queeky, I'm guessing 8.2. I'm going to put you for an 8 then, Queeky, because we either do whole numbers or 0.5s. So there you go. Sophie says, also score it a 7. It's on sale, so I thought, fuck it, let's buy it. I would be good if my buildings didn't cry. Oh, dear. Emotional damage. Jesse, Cotton Fantasy.
Right, so I'm going to go through the emotional journey that I went on when you sent me the list of games that we were going to look at tonight.
Okay.
I started with, I'm not searching for Cotton Fantasy on my work computer. So I had a look at my phone, and it wasn't what I was expecting. And then I watched that trailer, and when it first came up and all the squeaky Japanese stuff with the voices and things, immediately I was like -10. But then they actually showed some of the gameplay, and then I really liked back in the day playing the sideways scrollers and all the shooting and all the rest of it. And actually, I thought it was quite interesting because you said about the broomstickers. There seems to be bits where she's actually jumping around and she's actually like on the ground and then jumps onto the broomstick, and it looks kind of actually slightly more interesting than your typical sideways scroller type game. So I actually thought it looks pretty good. I'd never heard of it before. But any of those sort of anime games, there's going to be a big following, and if it's 3 million years old, it's probably worth 180 quid on a Saturn, for Christ's sake. Then it's probably scored really highly. So
okay, all right. I can tell you that Cotton Fantasy, which is out on
mine's
PS4,
an 8.5, by the way.
It was at 8.5. Okay,
I'll go 8.
You're going 8. Dave's going 8. PS4 and Switch out last Friday. Got an 8 out of 10. So, Dave unfortunately doesn't get a shout out, but he got it right. Mr. Newton, you said 8, didn't you?
I said 7.5, mate. I'll be honest.
Oh, you did? Oh, sorry. It was Queeky that said Hunter and Queeky. So I'm going to give Hunter a shout out. Here we go. That's for you. Bang. There you go. We're both playing retro games. There you go. And Queeky. Reminds me, Queeky, did you ever get my message I sent you? Because you asked me a load of questions about doing a LAN party. And I replied, I don't think I ever heard back from you. Just let me know. He was playing Call of Duty Warzone. There you go. Sorry, Becca. If you've gone with Dave this time, you might have got that one right. So that's an 8 out of 10. Right. So some other big announcements. Take-Two, who we have been talking about earlier. Obviously, we're saying about the fact that, they're not happy that Red Dead 2 is not getting more more updates. But they have said they are committed to bringing out games. And between now and 2025, they are bringing out 24 new games. Now, some of these we already know about, and I'm going to say which ones. Now, the rest we don't, but it's quite interesting to see what is coming out. We know that Kerbal Space Program 2 is one of them, where you build the rockets and you put the little Kerbals in and you send them off into space. We know there's going to be another NBA 2K23 game, basketball. So we knew that was going to happen. But probably the more interesting ones that we do know are happening. Next year, we've got the Marvel's Midnight Suns game, which has got features like Spider-Man, Wolverine, etc., which was teased last year at Gamescom. We've got the game that comes out next month, which is coincide with Supermassive Games, is The Quarry, which is the horror game, which starring David Arquette. And something that I didn't know was going to come out, and we have played the first one on this channel, but they've announced the second one, is that Telltale Games are having a bit of resurgence. Now, we know that there is going to be a Wolf Among Us 2. Tales from the Borderlands 2 is going to be released at some point. So they have announced at least 5 of the 24 games. Any of those games got anybody excited in the chat? Go on then, which one's Paulie?
Borderlands. I love Borderlands stuff. It's just so stupid and idiotic and mental and what I always say on here that when I go gaming, I want to do something that is so completely different to my real world. I just want to be blowing things up and messing about, and some of the characters in Borderlands are just nuts. I love it. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Okay. Becca says Borderlands 3 is currently free. I think that's on the Epic Games Store, if I've got that right.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so if you're on
I think
PC,
it's free until Thursday, probably.
Yeah, go get it if you want to get it. And it's fairly cheap on PlayStation and Xbox as well. I've seen it's like ridiculously cheap at the moment. Mr. Newton, any of those of interest?
You've already done me, mate.
I have. Jesse. I was looking at Jesse and then I said Mr. Newton.
I'm even just there on his picture. Look.
There he is.
There you go. I know. Claptrap is cool. He certainly is. I've got a couple of
Claptrap's
awesome. I
awesome.
can't stand up to give you the. But anyway, Jesse, what do you reckon?
Nothing particularly stands out to me. I'd give the Borderlands game a go if it's a bit of fun. But it wasn't. There's nothing there that really stood out to me that I would desperate to play.
Hmm.
So
Becca's just said it's free on Xbox. Is it? Has it landed on Game Pass or something? We didn't know. Like it's literally landed today. We didn't know about it. We knew it's free on the Epic Games Store. Let me know, because if it is, I will download that quick. Yeah, Claptrap was in Poker Night too. It was. Dave, any of those games interest you?
No, none of them are for any series that I play. I think the only thing I'm interested in seeing what Take-Two are doing is GTA 6, because they're the publisher for that. That's the only one anyone's really interested in from them. It's the only one I'm waiting for. That's probably going to be years away still.
We will talk about. They've announced some stuff for GTA 6, as we said. They literally announced it just before the show went live, so we will see. Sophie says, "I've just searched on the Xbox Game Pass app and it's not coming up."
it was on Game. I think Borderlands 3 was on Game Pass Ultimate.
I've got Ultimate though, but I'm not seeing it. I got mine downloaded. His viewers keep on telling me to try Borderlands. I don't play FIT games. Yeah, Sophie's got Ultimate. I don't know. Are you sure you're downloading the third one? There's actually been 4 games, which there's actually been 5 games, which makes it really fucking confusing. Because you've got Tales for the Borderlands, which is a Telltale game. And then you've got Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2, Borderlands 3, and Borderlands the pre-sequel, which is actually not a prequel. It's the one that comes between 1 and 2. There you go. And then you've got all the fucking Tiny Tina games as well. There's loads. Right.
Tiny Tina, that's another character that's just nuts.
Yeah. I'm off. It's a school night. Take care, Hunter. Thank you for tuning in. All right. Okay. Well, we'll get to the bottom of the Borderlands 3 mystery after we talk about our next game. Now, this, again, is another retro game that's been given a refit. I'm not going to play the whole trailer. The only way I could get a trailer is by getting something from Japan. So it's going to make not a lot of sense. But I'm not playing a 4-minute trailer because there was no UK or US trailers for this. But I do remember this game the first time it came round. See, I've just turned Xbox off and put control away to look as well. Thank you, Sophie. Let's have a look at this. This is the Snow Brothers Special Edition. Here we go. You get the idea. That goes on for like another 2.5 minutes. But good day, Walker. How you doing? Good to see you. Paul is just looking at that. I remember Snow Brothers, and when they showed the first bit was the original Snow Brothers, and then the next bit, when it went up a level, is how they've remade it. And it's basically a bit like the original Mario Brothers, where you had the turtles and monsters coming out the pipes. You'd bash the ceiling, and then you kick them down. The difference with this one is you turn people into snowballs and then push them down the screen. But if you get in the way of the snowball, you could lose a life as well. So you have to cleverly plan it so you don't get hit by your own snowballs. That is pretty much it. Sophie says, I've just looked at the Xbox Store on laptop and it's giving me prices for all of them. Becca, you sure it's not a demo? Retro Break Gamer, how are you? Good to see you. Good evening. Great to see you. So this is a new special edition. This is out on Nintendo Switch. This came out last Thursday. Dave, do you remember Snow Brothers?
Yeah, I'd completely forgotten it ever existed until I
Right.
searched for it earlier when I saw it on the list. And yeah, I remember playing it, whether it was on the arcade or if I had a home version like a NES or SNES, something like that.
Yeah, I
I'm
think.
sure I played it back in the day. I can't say I'd be inclined to play it now. It just looks so dated gameplay wise.
Yeah.
It's just really basic. I think you got the original 50 levels in the game and 30 new ones they've put in. Just it's going to be the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
So it's a bit too retro for me. I guess there's some retro games out there who will like it, but for me, I look at it and think, nah, wouldn't go near it.
I think it's one of those things that if you're a mad fan from it, you would love it because they're now adding the multiplayer thing, like they've done with all those, like the Pac-Man and Tetris. You can play it with up to like 50 people or whatever online, and then you can play all the different characters. So it's going to appeal to some people. Unlike you, I could take it or leave it. Like if someone slapped it down in front of me and said, "Here, play this," I'd give it a go. But otherwise, I'm not going to go out of my way to play it. Jesse, let's start with you.
I have zero interest in playing this game whatsoever. I've never played it before. I've played loads of games, 20 years ago that looked similar. Probably about 10 years ago, I played Super Smash Brothers, which is probably an updated version of that kind of genre of game. And then, I don't really see the point in all the effort that's gone into it, really. I mean, sure, release a retro game, but it sounds like they put a load of work into it, which I don't really see the point of. But there we go. Somebody will like it.
Okay. Fair enough. Paul?
This is the kind of game that I don't know if anyone's heard of this, but if I see this at NerdCon, okay, which is coming up August 17th, we'll put something in the chat about it. But if I saw this kind of game on an arcade there, then yeah, I'd be challenging you guys to a game on it. But am I going to download it onto my console and keep it on there? I don't think so. I'm just not going to care.
Okay.
Well, look, Nightbot did NerdCon. That was
that's really I think it was Jesse did that. There you go. There you go. And I just put the logo up just in case. Oh, and actually at the bottom it puts the website across like every 30 seconds or so after mentioning what we're talking about on the show. Quite clever that how technology works. Yeah, wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
It's not going to do it now, is it?
Bit ever.
Wait for it. Oh, look. Get your tickets now for NerdCon. Funny how that works, isn't it? Look at that.
And over to you, Jesse.
Clever.
There you go.
It's like a bus. When you need
the wonders of modern technology, eh?
I know. Wonderful. There you go.
That was way too much fun.
It was.
That really was.
I had more fun playing that then than I would have done playing this game, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we think this got? Snow Brothers Special Edition on Nintendo Switch, out last Thursday. What do we say? Dave, get your
6.
scoring. Which? Dave?
6.
6. Okay. Chat, get your scores in. Sophie's going with you 6 as well.
I'm going to go a bit higher than Dave. I'm going to do 6.5.
You're going 6.5. Jesse?
I mean, I want to give it a 2, but I'll probably
Jesse.
I'm going to go with. I wanted to go 6.5 as well. I'm going to go 5.5.
We're 5.5. Okay, so we've got 5.5. We've got 6.5.
6.5.
We've got 6. Sophie's going for a 6. Becca's going with Dave. I'm with Dave.
Turncoat.
I know. Becca also said, make sure you get your tickets now. Be there or be square. NerdCon. There you go.
Actually, Becca's also called out 3 of us for a pub crawl.
I won't be drinking.
I'm too busy running the fucking event, so I won't be drinking.
I might have a beer.
I'm going to get shit
after
it's finished. That's going to happen. That's a guarantee. I'm going to get absolutely fucking annihilated after the event's finished. But there you go. Walker says, I missed the trailer, but I'm going with a 5.5. It's the same as Jesse. Okay. There you go. Right. This got a 6 out of 10. There you go, Becca. Andrew's back. Hello, Andrew. Welcome back. Becca, you get a shout out. There you go. Sophie gets a shout out. There you go. Becca was last playing Dying Light. Oh, bloody hell. Right, okay. And Sophie. Boom. There you go. That's not going to work now, is it? Wait, what? You got one right, Soph. She's like, what? What? I was playing Purdue and Breath of Life. Yes, I remember watching that a couple of weeks ago. There you go. Last bit of news, and then we've got one more game to go, and then we got a funny little video. Sophie says, I wasn't listening, but you got it right. You got it right. So you got a shout out. I know you haven't streamed then, to be fair, but we'll look forward to when you come back, Soph. Yes, I chose right. I will never be a traitor to you again, Dave. Sorry, Paul. We'll see what happens on the last game, shall we? So something interesting. TikTok have announced that they are going to be adding at some point in the future to their app and to their website a gaming space. Now, we're not quite sure what that means, but we know that they are getting games developed. Now, apparently there are some games on TikTok already, which I didn't know about, I'll be honest. Probably like some people didn't know there's games on Snapchat. Hands up if you knew there's games on Snapchat. I only found them by accident like 2 years ago and played them for about half an hour and then never played them again. Yes, it said, but you got Hover. They get Hoover. I did Hoover. Is that the game? I wanted to say Hover, but that's something else. That's a different platform. But they are adding more games and new things. And they basically said, look out, because we want to get more people involved with gaming on TikTok, but then keep more people on the platform. So, do we think this is a good thing? Do we think it's just going to be a load of shite mobile games? What do you reckon? I'll start with Dave. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, probably shite mobile games. I can't imagine they're going to put anything particularly amazing on there. It'll just be stuff that can claw more money out of people. Make them stay in the app for longer. Make them do more in the app. Because that's all they want at the end of the day. Your eyes on their app, doing stuff in there forever, so they can make money off you.
Yeah. I hate TikTok. There you go. Paulie?
I reckon it's going to be a bunch of rubbishy, simple games. But then I was just thinking to myself, can you imagine about that Pokemon game a couple of years ago that went absolutely nuts and you had to play bits in the real world? Can you imagine if they mixed that in with TikTok?
Yeah, there's going to be so many people getting run over by cars.
Oh, I'll be aiming for them.
That sounds good. You've suddenly gone from a 1 to a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. TikTok games? Well, I can kill real people. No, I'm not.
I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in.
Just sounds like natural selection suddenly.
See, now, Reprobate has got a good thing because this was suggested. He says, I'm guessing Connect ripoffs. It's plausible that they could do that. Now, someone from IGN said, and this isn't official, but someone said, can you imagine a Just Dance game on TikTok? Because everyone does all the fucking dance recreations, blah, 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 and all this fucking shite. Can you imagine having a version where you're playing that game, but you're doing that because it would keep people on the platform? That, to me, makes sense. So, yeah, Connect ripoffs will probably be an exact thing. What the fuck have I just been DM'd on Twitter? Sophie, I don't know. Only you can tell us that. You are not trying to incite violence. For legal purposes, Maggie's not responsible. Yes, TikTokers, do look where you're walking and try not to walk in the road. That's all I'm going to say.
And car drivers, don't actually aim for them. That would be wrong.
Okay. Sophie, you will have to DM me because she says, I don't want to get flagged up for the message they have sent. Write to me and I'll read it and then I might giggle or go, what the hell? Becca says, my money, don't jiggle, it wiggles. I mean, yeah. Other apps are available as well. You shouldn't look at your phone while walking in the middle of a road. Just saying. All right. There you go. Our last game of the night. This came out last Thursday. Also, this is on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. This is Eternal Threads. Let's have a look at this.
Time is fractured. 43. So many other choices. Turn left or right. Speak up or be silent.
You've got to get up.
Stay or go.
Okay.
Dozens of decisions made every day. Inconsequential, maybe, but causality, it turns out, is very, very hard to predict. Corruption in the past has changed so much, we're not even sure how much is lost. All we can do is try to fix it one piece at a time. And now the fate of these people falls to you. Change the right set of decisions, and you save them all. So you know, no pressure.
There you go. Eternal Threads. So, semi sort of like a ghost thing, but not necessarily like a horror. You're going back through, seeing conversations that happened and kind of things that have happened in the past and trying to piece the puzzle together. That's pretty much the gist of this one. Dave, your thoughts?
I think it sounds interesting, manipulating a timeline, trying to save, I think it's like 6 people from dying in the fire. It sounds like it's got a bit more to it than some, time manipulation games that we've had. Like Deathloop, an example where there really wasn't a huge amount you could change in that one. There was only one solution. This one's got like a lot of stuff you can change, and then you can watch a change in the timeline, see how events spiral from like a single change. And you can see if you can manage to save all the 6 people and save them, but with them going off on like a good path as well, because apparently you can make some changes that would save someone, but then their life doesn't go like a good path. They have a bad ending. So it sounds like it's got some interesting mechanics to it. It's one I think I'd be interested to play, and I would hope that it would have enough choice and consequence in there to keep it interesting, because too often a lot of these games say they've got a lot of choices, but when you actually look at them, there's not really that much you can change. So it'd be an interesting one to see. So it's definitely piqued my interest.
Okay. I can't say anything. I did read the message from Sophie. All I'm going to say is, Sophie, do they know that you don't swing that way? That's what I'm going to say. If you want to know what Sophie got sent, I'm sure she'll DM you. It's quite funny. It's just totally wrong on every level, but it's quite funny. Couple of scores already coming in. Andrew says 8. I like this one. Walker says 7.5. Queeky says feels like a little retake on the Life is Strange games, but a little different. Could be interesting. Paulie, let's go with you on this one.
I'm going to go with actually, I'm going to go with Walker on this and go at 7.5.
Okay.
From looking at it, bits of it remind me of, oh God, I've forgotten the name of it. The game that you played live, Mag, the where you're a robot and you're trying to investigate murders and stuff.
You're thinking of Detroit Become Human.
Detroit Become Human.
That was it.
Yeah. I had to think about that for a second.
Yeah, I'm getting echoes of that. I'm getting weird reminders of that when we were watching the trailer. So, whilst it's not really my kind of game, I could see this having a good following. So I'll go 7.5.
Okay. Sophie says this looks cool. I'd go with an 8.5. Jesse.
Yeah, it's not something I would play, but it's probably something that I'd quite happily watch somebody else streaming. But it's not something I could be bothered to play. I don't think it just they're too involved, these sorts of games for me. Yeah, I'd probably give it like a 7. Yeah, I'll go with 7.
Okay, going for a 7. Quickie says a 7.5. Okay, so we've got quite a few varied scores all up there, but there you go. All right, I can tell you. Any other guesses, folks? Get them in the chat now. But this
I'll go for an 8.
You're going for an 8. Did I not ask you? Sorry, Dave.
You didn't ask me, no. You forgot all about me.
What's wrong with me? I've forgotten all about him. Sorry. There you go. It's a game I would defo play, says Sophie. I think it'd be right up your street, to be fair. It'd be something I could see you playing on your channel. Eternal Threads out on PS4, PC, and Xbox One. We will never forget you, Dave, says Sophie. We will never forget you. Well, I did. There you go. This gets... Queeky says if it's a 6, I'm going to cry. Well, you don't have to cry. It was a 7 out of 10, folks. So, Big Jesse gets a shout out.
That's the first one I got right in 2 weeks.
It is the first one.
Fair play.
Hang on, I can't
Well
do
done,
it.
Jesse.
In there. Sophie's like, boo! Boo! Right, it's the first one he's got. Fixed. There you go. Anyone else say? Walker did. Walker said, oh no, Walker said 7.5. I was close. She was close, but not quite. There you go. There you go, folks. So that's it. That's our games for this evening. We had Vampire Masquerade Swan Song, 5.5. Dolmen, 5.5. King Arthur the Knight's Tale, 7 out of 10. Hardspace Shipbreaker, 7.5. Cotton Fantasy actually got the highest score tonight with an 8 out of 10. Snow Brothers Special Edition got 6, and Eternal Threads got 7. We have got more games for you next week, including Sniper Elite 5, which I'm really looking forward to. Nothing better than shooting Hitler's bollocks clean off. It's great fun. And the fact that you kill him in every game is great. And then they bring him back in a DLC, and then you kill him all over again. So satisfying, especially with that sniper kill cam. But before we go, we have a funny video for you. And I always like to find videos where people are modding stuff, and it's quite interesting. Now, this game just so happens I'm currently playing this and streaming this right now, and that game is God of War. And someone has changed some of the God of War characters into iconic Simpsons characters. And not only that, they've done one better. They have replaced the voices. So we have got Kratos, the boy, and Boulder in this, which is the Simpsons version of God of War. Here we go.
That's enough, Bart. We ain't tying a noose. We're home, boy.
This isn't Springfield.
Find your way home, Marge. This is just like when I used to play baseball. How about you pick on someone your own size? Don't touch my pork chops! Yeah!
Time to repent your sin. Homer, I'd love to chiddly chat, but tonight's bingo night.
No bingo night! Stupid Flanders!
Whee! Throw whatever you have at me.
Ow! I told you I'm not reading the Bible!
Repent your sin.
Go back to church, loser. That's enough, Bart. We ain't tying a noose. We're home, boy.
There you go. That is just brilliant. The fact that when he punches Ned in the face, you just get a little diddly. that just got me. That was brilliant. And they literally.
It was already a great game, but that was much better.
Just awesome.
Can I just ask, right? Anyone in the chat, if you would play that, just put yes, because I would so play that as Homer.
I would play that.
Definitely.
To hit Ned Flanders with a tree.
It's the game we've all been waiting for, eh?
It is. It's brilliant. They basically took the characters from Simpsons Hit and Run, dropped them in, dropped the vocals in. It's just gorgeous on every level. It's just brilliant. Everyone's saying yes in the chat. There you go. So there you go, folks. That's it, folks. That's it. We are done for another week. That is another TNGC wrapped up, done and dusted. We are back Tuesday next week. Our guest is Ray, who normally, she's not here this week, but Sakura, bless him, raided, but she always raids the last couple of weeks when we're doing these shows. She's on holiday, but she actually gets to be a guest on the show. And I had the privilege of meeting her at the OLL, One Life Left gaming convention in Norwich back in April. It seems like a lifetime ago, but it was 2 months ago. So really looking forward to having her on the show. I would like to thank our amazing guest this week is Newton's Nuggets. We have Big Jesse. We have Mr. Newton himself. If you are not doing, go check out their podcast. Here is the link. They got some dodgy bloke called Middle-Aged Gamer Guy on the show. It goes live tomorrow at 6 a.m. Go check it out.
6:30.
6:30. All right. Okay, I was a bit early.
None of you will be awake anyway.
Mate, I hope it's all right.
Midday most days.
Mate, I've just put the link into the iTunes version of
There you
the
go.
show. So if people go to there, they can subscribe to the show
There
and
you go.
they'll get it as soon as it's released.
Do it. Go get it. It's worth it. Watch it on YouTube. Listen to it. Watch it again. Listen to it on something else. Download it on TikTok. If it's not on TikTok, it fucking should be, because all the other stuff on TikTok's fucking shite. Are you on Spotify?
Yeah, Spotify.
There you go, on Spotify. That made Mr. Newton giggle. TikTok fucking shite. There you go. Oh, got him. I just say stuff just for fucking shock value, to be honest.
Mate, what was it? I saw one of your little clips on TikTok the other day.
Yeah.
And it was one of those, you know, when you're watching TikTok like 2 a.m.
Yes.
And something out, I think your ship got blown up on Sea of Thieves, and it made me properly just laugh in the middle of
great. I think that was when Miyaharu, it was like when Dead Set kept saying, I'm going to keg the boat. So Miyaharu moved the keg to stop him from doing it and lit it as she was moving it and fucking destroyed the whole boat. And all you see is my character get yeeted off the back of the boat. And as my character's flying through the sky, you just see our boat just going down because it was a mega keg. So even before I've hit the fucking water, the boat is gone. It was amazing. It was amazing. But there you go. There you go. Should just be Newton's Nuggets, apparently. I don't know. Has something been put wrong? I don't know. A link been put wrong? Who knows? I want to thank everybody who's been in chat tonight. Thank you for your contributions. Thanks for getting involved with the show. Greatly appreciate it. Also, thank you to the following people. Joker Girl for the sub. Sakura for the raid. Professor Stork for the bits. Amy for the sub. Great. PS2 Fatboy for the follow. Hard got them for the raid. Andrew for the raid. Mia for the subs. Thank you so much to all of you. Really appreciate it. Sophie says, I found it. It's a great clip. It's a great clip. You got to watch it. There are more clips on TikTok. I do TikTok. It's nothing original. I can't be fucking asked to waste my time dancing in front of a camera like a fucking twat. So I just basically nick the clips from Twitch. But there you go. Because it works. Because some of them are funny and some of them, well, they're on. Link deleted by Nightbot. Naughty Nightbot. But there you go. What link is it that you want? And then we'll put it. I mean, Pauline and Big Jesse Spotify. Oh, you found that. Okay, fine. Not talking about TikTok. Okay. There we go. And big thank you to Dave, as always.
A pleasure, mate.
The co-host who knows the most.
We love you, Dave.
Cheers, mate.
Bye all. Got to get out of bed now. It's too cold. Take care, Walker. Now, we are going to raid somebody. We are going to raid somebody. And see what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to turn that off because, you know, we've seen it enough times. Let's see who is on. And I'm going to let Jesse and Mr. Newton decide. I'm going to do the thing where it all popping up on my screen. Go, boop, 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 all the different people. Let's see who's on. And oh, fuck me, there's more than 2 pages. Let's go for the lower half page. We'll be here all fucking night otherwise.
I've just seen Big Jesse put a comment up and just got stars. So when we try and put a link up, do we just get stars because we're not allowed?
I think the mods have to do it. It depends. There might be something in the link that might be a bit iffy. Send me a whisper and I'll copy it and paste it and I'll drop it in now.
Awesome.
Oh, by the way, if you want to follow my shit TikTok, there it is. Thank you, Andrew. There you go. Right, we're going to go for the page. Oh, God, right. So we've got the comedy genius. That is Flitwit. Oh, why did that open over there? That's annoying. What's he? Well, we don't know what he's playing because it's giving me frigging adverts. Oh, he's playing Jesse's favourite game, Call of Duty Warzone. Who else have we got? We have got the Muffin Man. What's Muffin Man playing? Muffin Man is playing Fortnite. We've then got... Just trying to pick. We got Josh, who's our guest on our next film show, which is going to be in 2 weeks, playing NHL 22. And we've got, lastly, Lucky Charms, who is playing World War Z Aftermath. So those are your choices, gentlemen. You've got Warzone, Fortnite, NHL 22, or World War Z Aftermath. What do you want to go for?
Jesse, I don't know about you, mate, but I'm going to say that because we've gained a load of followers on it, and we neither of us really know why. I think I've got to stick with Fortnite.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Okay, well, before I do that, we will go for Fortnite. So we are going to go with the Muffin Man. So bye-bye to those other 3 people. There you go. Maybe we'll get you next time. You never know. Let's see if that is sent. Let's put that in chat. There is the link to the podcasts. And this is the link to the Spotify, which I'm going to put in now for you lovely, lovely people. Yeah, only fortunately, links like that only mods can do. And since they all fucked off halfway through the show, it means only I can do it, unfortunately. So I will be looking for new mods as of tomorrow. It's official. If you think I'm joking, I'm not. I am looking for 2 more moderators for the channel. And I am doing a very special Jackbox stream tomorrow night to celebrate. Amy says, pick me. Maybe I will. We'll see.
Amy's a great mod.
She is really good, mate. She set up so much stuff for us. And actually, can I take like 20 seconds before you do anything and ditch everyone?
Okay.
I just want to say thank you to Mag for all of his support for our podcast, our show, the Twitch stuff that we've just started messing about with and seem to be doing quite well on that as well. And to the community that you've made, mate, you, Dave, all of your team, thank you so much to all of you. It's been such a fun ride.
You're very welcome.
Everything that Paulie said, but also to add to that, you better get used to people thanking you and giving you compliments, Mag. Especially by the time like sort of the second half of August, because you're going to hear a lot about it.
What, around about the 17th and 18th? Do you reckon he's going to get a lot of messages?
Yeah, there'll be a lot of love.
I don't know what he's up to, but I'm going to this thing called NerdCon. It sounds awesome.
I'm so tempted to just hit the button and play the advert then, but I'm not gonna do it. Thank you. Appreciate that, everyone. Appreciate that. Oh my God, Sophie and Big Jesse put the link in as well. Andrew said I've already offered. I know, Andrew. Let me explain what I'm doing tomorrow. I have 2 streams. My first bonus stream. Oh, go on then. Fuck it. I'll play the advert. All right. And then I'll explain what's happening tomorrow because we've got a big stream tomorrow. Here you go. Fucking NerdCon advert. If you don't know what NerdCon is, here it is. There you go. There's your thing. There you go. So tomorrow, Mr. Newton's very moist. Just so you know, I've got my first bonus stream of the week, which is going to be another. I dip in and out of this every couple of months. State of Decay 2. So I'll be playing some of that. And then tomorrow night, to celebrate 1,000 followers, we are doing a Jackbox party from 9 o'clock. So if you want to join in, everyone can join in. It's Jackbox games all night from 9 o'clock till, I'd say midnight, but we know it's probably going to go till 1 in the morning because it always does with these. Join in. There will be some other announcements, including some new mods and some VIP statuses given out because we have a number of VIPs to give out. And there's a few people that have been sitting very patiently to support this channel who haven't got VIP status. And it means if we dish them out, you can join in on the VIP stream, which is this Friday when we're playing Go Fetch. See how this works? It's amazing. So I thought it all through. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's go raid Muffin Man. He's been patiently waiting. I've got the thing here. He's been on only for about 10 minutes, actually. So bless him. He's got 2 people playing Fortnite. Let's do this. Let's do a raid. If I press the button, and God help me, I press the right button. So let's do that. And it's happening. And all that leaves me to say is, again, thank you to Big Jesse. Thank you to Paul for being wonderful guests this week. Thank you to Dave. Thank you to everyone in the chat. And thank you to all the people that have either raided, subbed, given bits, or whatever. Just been mental. I appreciate it and taking part tonight. That's it from us. Take care, folks. We will see you very soon. Bye-bye. Everybody wave like an idiot.